welcome to our online tutorial. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and all that snow has almost melted, which means spring is just around the corner. So in anticipation for that, we are making these adorable bunny plaques today. This craft is available as an in-person class, but also as a take and make. For those of you who are taking it home to make it, you will receive a kit, which includes one wooden board, which measures 12 inches by 7 inches, one cardstock bunny cutout, which is made from scrapbook paper, a foam paintbrush, and a cup of Mod Podge, plus one pom-pom, and several lengths of twine. Let's get started. We are going to prep our board with the Mod Podge. So you want to just dip your brush into the cup and then begin to put on a nice thin layer of Mod Podge. And these boards are natural. There's no finish on these. They haven't been stained or sealed. If you'd like to get really creative with this, you can paint your board at home if you want, if you have some extra paint laying around. If you want to like whitewash it, or if you have any like brown acrylic paint at home, you can mix that with some water, dilute it with some water, and make a stain from that. So we'll set that aside. And this is my little bunny cutout made from my scrapbook paper. And we have a whole bunch to choose from, but we'll have one cutout included in your kit. So we're just going to Mod Podge the back of the bunny. And again, you just want a nice thin layer, and you want to make sure you get all around the edges of your bunny so that it sticks and you don't get those edges that curl up on your wood. So once you have just a nice, good, thin layer of that, you're going to want to place it on your board, and then you're just going to press those edges down on your board and make sure they're down tight. And you want to leave either a gap at the top or along the bottom of your board because we're going to use the twine around either the top or the bottom, depending on where you place your rabbit. So if you want to, like if you center it, just know the twine is going to go on one of those spaces. So you might want to drop your rabbit down a little bit or raise it up so you have room at the bottom. I have just a little ruler here, and I'm going to take that and go over my rabbit just to make sure that I'm getting the air bubbles out from it and that he's really down tight against that wood to hopefully keep any of those edges from curling up. If you want, you can wait and let this dry for a little while, or you can go ahead and start brushing on your top coat of Mod Podge. And we're just going to take this again, just in a nice even layer all across the board, because we want to make sure that the board has the same sheen all along it. But you're just going to go over your paper, make sure you're hitting those edges, because we really want those edges to stay down. little bit of bubbling coming up on there. We're just gonna use our ruler, kind of flatten those back out. Just be careful, because now that your paper is wet, you don't want to tear your cardstock, so your scrapbook paper. So maybe just use your finger, kind of push those out, and if you need to, you can go back in with your brush and just get rid of those fingerprints. You just really want to make sure that it's really stuck down tight and that that paper isn't going to curl up and wrinkle on you. You have that covered, then you're just going to set this aside and let it dry for a while. And then once we have that dried, then we're going to add our teal. And you can use hot glue. If you squish it down on there, the Mod Podge might be enough to hold it, but you can always add just a little bead of hot glue underneath there and stick it down. And then lastly, we're going to take our twine, and again, you can wait until your board is completely dry to do this, just for the sake of time. In the video I'm going to show you. You're going to have several lengths of twine here, and I'm just going to take this and slide it underneath the board and kind of center it, and you can kind of pull them apart a little bit, whatever effect you'd like it to have. And then we're just gonna tie this in a bow. Right. And if you want, you can trim off that excess if you have excess on your thing. But there we have it. Like I said, we'll just let that dry. But that is our bunny plaque Crafternoon craft. Perfect for upcoming spring or Easter. Thanks, guys.